So today I want to revisit the app Wander, and there's something I want to show you guys, something I found the last time I jumped in there. But before I do, I do want to give you a little bit of a background from my perspective. So I spent the first 36 years of my life living in Brooklyn, New York, major city, and I didn't really have a lot of interaction or experience with like nature. I'm 40 now, and around the time just after I turned 36, I actually moved out to a suburban area, and I'm getting a little bit more experience with the outdoors. And my primary channel is actually specifically for outdoor stuff, and I'm sharing this video both on my primary channel and now my secondary VR channel, because it does kind of do a little bit of both. So right now I'm unable, unfortunately, to really get out and do some recording in the outdoors as I would like. But thanks to this VR headset, and more specifically the app Wander, I'm able to see some things that I would probably never get to see in the real world, in my real life. Now, let's bring this up real quick here. Okay, this is also a new place. So every time I open up this app, it just brings me someplace new. It doesn't send me to the little home environment that they have. It just drops you in some random place. And this is yet another random place. Wow, okay. Didn't think I was there. I honestly thought I was somewhere in the United States. All right, before I do anything, every time it sends me to some place like this, I quickly have to save it to the favorites so that I could come back and explore it later. But this is interesting. This is very interesting, because the area that I'm going to show you, I found the last time I jumped in here, kind of looks like this. And this is what I mean by being able to experience an outdoor setting that I'll probably never really get to see in real life. Do I expect to ever go to, where was this, Norway or Sweden or any of these places outside of the US? Probably not, unless I have a major life change financially. I'm probably never going to be able to go to places like this, but at least I can experience it this way. Now, the reason I'm doing this video today is because of an area that I found that just blew my mind. Usually I come here and I go into museums, look around, look at things like that, look at places I've actually been to, but it dropped me into a place similar to this, but even more amazing. So I saved these little waypoints so it'll make it easier for me. Let's go here. Now, also, turns out this is Italy, or at least that's what it's claiming. But when I looked at the map, I thought it was Switzerland, because this is Italy here, and then this is Switzerland. But I don't really see like a clear boundary, and I'm not very familiar with this part of the world, so I thought I was actually somewhere in Switzerland, but apparently it is in fact Italy. Could also be that it crosses from Italy into Switzerland, but it's a mountain range, and it dropped me off right here. And immediately I looked around and I said, oh wow, this is amazing. And then I saw that over there. I mean, besides the view and the fact that you're so high up, and once you start looking down, it kind of gives you that feeling of you're gonna fall. Once you get over that, you see that building and you say, how did I get there? This is amazing. First off, there's no roads. What I found, let's see if I can I'm also standing. Normally when I use this app, I'm sitting down and relaxed and just kind of using the controllers to do everything. But for the video, I want to be standing so that I can, in a more, I guess, smooth way, turn and look at things, because using the joystick does that snap turn, and I don't like it on video. I'll also try not to make so many rapid head movements because it shows up on video even more aggressive than what I think it is. But for now, let's just teleport over here. Did that just change? See how that looks right now? Let's see what happens when I jump forward. Okay, I think it's the same. It's just probably the lighting. So maybe it was a different time of day. But this is a walking path that someone actually walked through. Let's get a little closer so you can understand what I'm talking about. Here we go. So all of this is just a trail that goes through this mountain range. And someone, or multiple someones, did all this and actually took these 360 pictures and then uploaded it so that it can become like a Google Street View. This is crazy, actually. If you see how far this goes, all of this is just mountain range type paths, trails. All right, let's get back here. And then you see these little points, these little dots. Those would be single points that someone just kind of plopped down a camera and took a picture. So before we go and start playing around with that, I want to get up here real quick. Now I do have the resolution on its highest setting, and it makes the images a little crisper. The only problem is it doesn't always load quickly. Now, am I able to? No, I have to follow the arrows. In some points you can kind of, like right here, you see how it turns blue? If I click on that, it'll send me over there. But I don't have any points here. So I might just be wrong about this area. But look at that. Okay, let's just jump to one of these points here. Let's try this one. See if this is the one I was looking for. Come on. Ah, the point disappeared. All right, let's try this one. There we go. This is exactly what I was trying to find. So, notice that big letter H there. I'm assuming, I think we were over there before. I'm assuming this is a helipad, or this is like an airport for a helicopter to land and drop off people like these people here so that they can go into that building, and also so that they can hike around. Just look at that view. Incredible. Let's go to a different point. This is where we were before. I think we were down there a little bit. Again, because of the resolution, it doesn't always load right away. Give it time and you'll see it starts to load in pretty nicely. But look at that. Just waiting for that part to load. Sometimes it doesn't always load though. Sometimes it's just, I don't know, the camera, I guess, didn't work as well. That doesn't even look real. It looks like a toy, the way it is right now. Let's go to another point. Okay, where is this at? So notice that these points look like they're clustered all the way around and kind of further away, and yet it takes you right back to the same point. So it's not always perfect on the map. Let's see what happens if I click on this one. That's all the way over here. All right, that looks a little bit better. How did they do that? How did they build there? Where did they get the lumber from? I don't see any trees. So either, I doubt that. There's no way they could have hiked it all the way up here. They had to have brought this stuff by helicopter. Now, if it was made before they could do that, well then I can't even imagine how they brought the materials up here to make these buildings. Now there's a couple of other points. Actually, let's make it easier. Let's go here. So, first off, look at the view. Now on flat screen, it probably doesn't show as nicely, and you don't get the full effect. But in the headset, it's as if you are in fact standing here. And if you jump here for the first time without being prepared, and that's what you see, immediately you get this feeling that you're gonna fall, that you're falling forward. You get used to it, you know, it kind of goes away, but that first reaction is, I'm about to fall. And the reason for that is, well, what actually makes this thing so great, it truly tricks you into believing this. I'm not here, I'm in my bedroom. I'm actually standing in my bedroom. I can hear a car in the distance, driving down the street. You probably can hear that too. But for a split second, I forget and I think I'm actually here. And that's what I think makes this so amazing. Now, I would be terrified if I actually was here. You know, it would be amazing. It would be the most thrilling thing I could experience, I'm sure, but look at that. That's the path. You trip, you're done. It's over for you. But this is amazing. Now, let's go to this spot. I'm gonna try my best not to make this video too long. So this is another part of that trail, that mountain range trail that we were just on. And look at this. It goes right through this rock. And if you walk through, get to this point, and you see that they kind of piled up these stones so that you don't cross over this little shrine over here. But then where do you go? You gotta go through there. Through this little tiny hole in this rock face. Notice the cracks? That's gonna go at some point. That's gonna fall. Now, whether somebody's gonna be standing here when it happens or not, who knows? But this is, again, beautiful and amazing, but also terrifying. And somebody actually came here to take these pictures. And you can see their hand right there. But you go through this little area, which it's probably too dark for the person's camera. That's why you can't see much. But as you get closer to the other side, you can see more. You can see the exit there. Let's give it a second so that it loads in. That's where we came from. So you're just hiking along through here, and then you realize you gotta crawl through this. I don't think you crawl, I think it's tall enough. Now, did somebody make this, or this is just a natural thing that happened? Don't know. And then you come out to this. Just look at this view. Now again, some parts, either they just take time to load, or the way the camera was set up, it didn't take the picture right. That's what we came out of. Look at that. Just look at that. All right, let's go to another spot. Which spot is this? Ah, yeah. So here's just another spot from the same trail. Again, more of these buildings here. I'm assuming they're like, they might even be hotels for all I know. And I'm pretty sure it costs big money to do this. But look at that. Now to get to there, I'm gonna have to use the map again. Because right now we're on one of these waypoints. And I found that these waypoints don't always match up where they are on the map. I'm assuming that that building there, that structure, is actually this right here. So let's try and see what happens when we click on the path itself. What happened? Oh, there we go. All right, let's move over here. So this was obviously taken at a different point in time than the other picture, because I see differences. What is this supposed to be? I mean, at this point it seems like a shrine of some kind. Now, are these people who just came here, or are these people that never really got to leave? Don't know. It would be nice if I had more information. If this would be amazing if it had some kind of like story to it that gave you all that information about, you know, whether or not these are people who just came here and they were able to say, yes, we were here. Or if it's more unfortunate that these are people that weren't very lucky when they came here. Don't know. All right, let's go back here. Now let's check this one out. I think we would check this one out. Yeah. Let's see over here. See, now this is another part of the trail that's a bit further down from what I noticed. At least the elevation looked like it was more lower than the other areas. I think we were more up in those areas there. And it's like summertime. It's beautiful. I can only imagine what it feels like to be here and try to actually breathe at this altitude. All right, let's check out a couple more things. So this was further down that trail. And as you can see, the elevation is much, much lower. Still pretty high up, but much lower than where we were before. I think this is some kind of a shop or something as part of the trail system. But you can actually go inside. Let's get a closer look. Is that when it was established? Maybe. All right, let's get back to the map. Okay. So that's the inside of that little shop. Look at that. There's only a couple of points that you can see in here though. But it's a lot more than I would have expected. Little baked goods, candy, liquor, it looks like. Little dining area. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because I thought this was amazing. Let's come back to this point. Because again, look at that view. So yeah, this is just something I wanted to share because, well, for two reasons. One, I thought it was amazing. And two, I just have not been able to make some videos outside. And since it is also virtual, I'm going to share it on both of my channels. So if you are seeing this, and depending on which channel you're on, just know that I do have a secondary channel. So one channel is for outdoorsy stuff and kind of just experiences that I might have, and that's my main channel. And then my secondary channel is all about VR stuff because I am very impressed by this thing. But yeah, so that was the app Wander, and this was this particular location that I thought was special enough to share. Now, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more like this, hit subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you really want to see more of this, leave a comment. Let me know. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you liked about the video. Tell me what you disliked about the video. Because I think I'm gonna do some changes for both of my channels, and I wanna make content that you guys actually want to see. So let me know, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. And until then, take care.